Yo, what's up, guys? This is Stormblessed 4. Today is November 9th, 2023, and I am going to read from my RLCraft base journal for the third time. Now, this is my RLCraft series as suggested by HostileWind, and we will begin with an entry from August 17th, so quite a big jump from our last entry, which was on February 13th. So August 17th, kind of awkward. I forgot I was journaling my efforts to build this base here. No matter. My progress has been slow and even halted at times, but it has continued on. I've made a couple of recordings, poor quality, but they show some of my progress nonetheless. I've built a staircase to the second level, and I have built around half of the supports that will, in quotation marks, hold up. We ignore the fact that stuff floats in Minecraft. The Terra domes. They will hold up the Terra domes. It is tricky because flying rock-like mobs that remind me vaguely of a strange type of gargoyle spawn in sometimes large amounts at the height I'm now building at, and they don't like that I'm up there. They hit me with levitation magic, which is fun but distracting. I'm getting really good at water bucket MLGs. I'm also working on building a staircase from the second story up to the next level, and I'm trying to light everything up. Finally, I've been working on a floating pathway on top of the support, which also has a little wall. Nice, yeah, that's the third story. A goal I have a goal I have is to find a desert because I am in great need of a lot of sand, which I will use as the floor of the second and third stories, because currently there is just a lake on the floor of the second story, which helps with the levitation effects. But I'm going on a mission to Argentina at the end of November, so I need to work quickly if I want to finish this base to my satisfaction, as is my goal. Thankfully, I just about have. I've been listening, which by the time you watch this, I will have finished it. Anyway, I've been listening to Ninjago and other things in Spanish as I play, along with a variety of both epic and calming instrumental songs to help me focus. I might look back on these efforts and resent my past self for not using my time more. I bet I'm going to say wisely. It's on the next page. Just a second. Ha! Wisely! I knew it! I have so much regret about how I've used my time. It's okay, though. But as I was talking to my cousin, I'm not going to disclose his name, the other day, he said that you shouldn't change who you are when you go on a mission or throughout life. You should just let God help you become a better version of yourself. Sorry, I didn't mean to preach at you, but there it is. Well, this is something that I want to be part of, or this is something that is building the space, is something that I want to be part of who I am. I want to find wonder and excitement in simple things such as games. I think this is a good part of who I am, so I'm going to try to keep it alive. It is one thing that I've been able to do solely on my own without the support of my family or other people in life, except for a few close friends such as HostileWind. I need to keep it in moderation, as I said in my Why I Respawn script. That was just a little motivational speech I wrote for myself. Yeah, very, very sentimental. Besides, the scriptures encourage us to be as little children, so I will bring this part of my childhood with me, at least a little, as I step into adulthood. Very dramatic there. August 30th. I found a desert, which is quite a distance away from my base and is surrounded by dragons. One of which is very much fond of the taste of my flesh, especially crispy. Suffice it to say, finding and collecting sand from this desert came at quite a cost, but it was not short in its resources and treasure yield. I found a village with a waystone nearby, saving a lot of tedious flying. 2 days ago, on Monday, August 28th, at 11:24 p.m., probably 6 months of trying here and there, I finally got Fortune 3 on my pickaxe. That took forever. I don't know what was wrong with my enchantment table, but I've gotten it so many times since then. Anyway, I got it again a day later. Funny how that works. I have a stack of 3/4. Oh, I have a stack and 3/4 of a stack of diamonds in my ender chest as a result of the fortune, because I'd been saving those in the mines. I covered as ore blocks, by the way. I covered the first story lake with glass from the desert sands yesterday, and I am now beginning work on the Terra tower roof designs. I am also madly trying to come up with a suitable third-story floor design that lets in light, but also utilizes some sort of simple lush dome pattern, question mark? That did not happen. Also, I used brick, by the way, instead. Also, I am trying to figure out how to connect the supported little wall and pathway to the original villager tower that was my core starting base in a way that looks cool and supports the third story floor. I wanted to connect the villager outpost tower to the third floor, essentially, and that was frustrating for me back then, I remember. It's pretty difficult, let alone the second half of the design of the third story roof. So, yeah, connecting things got kind of tricky at that point because I hadn't really planned that far ahead. It turned out pretty good though. Once these problems are solved, the main base exterior will be pretty much completed, calling only for lighting, decorations, statues, pets, and gear to fill it. Most of that didn't really happen very well, but that's okay. From there, I can conquer the dragon-plagued Mayan tower nearby, explore some villages, and generally discover some of what my world has to offer. But for now, those are all of my goals. Yeah, this base is exactly what my world is going to be offering for the rest of eternity, probably. Now moving on to a entry from September 18th. I've been doing well and making steady progress on my goals, but now that I have rebuilt from a recent disastrous event, I need to accelerate my work. That said event was of a volcanic nature, an event I feared existed in the game, but I thankfully had never needed to endure until 2 days ago. It was Friday night at 11:18ish, less than 15 minutes from the time my computer was supposed to block. I got a 15-minute extension to 11:45, thank goodness. All of a sudden, BAM! I literally wrote BAM in full caps, it's so funny. The event was triggered, recognizing the devastation that any sort of fire or lava could have on my base. I immediately ran out from the old village outpost and flew to the corruption lands on my rock. I was fast, but at least 4 or 5 of the event mobs spawned faster. I looked back to see them spawn at my side entrance next to the ruined village. Of particular note were 2 big lava gorilla looking monsters that were basically the opposite of Yetis, or the opposite of the Yetis on the nearby mountains, excuse me, which spawned on top of my wood paths lining my cobblestone walls above the side entrance. Even as I watched, lava magic spewed or was lobbed or something by them, and a small but steadily growing lava fall tumbled over the side entrance as a result, burning leaves and wood alike. It is a vivid picture in my memory, even still. I raced away with success. Most of the event's mobs I was able to leave in the corruption biome, but I knew I had to return to my base once they stopped spawning, because in order for the 5-minute despawn timer to take effect, on the event mobs, they must be rendered. Well, when I had flown back, I saw that these few lava demons wreaking havoc on my pathways, not to mention the cobble lava cast that resulted from the mixing of my second-story floor's lake and their lava falls. I was angry. I was angry about all of this destruction, man. I drew my sword and attacked them. I attacked them brutally. I was not prepared for their lava fireballs and the resulting limits on my movement that they caused, and I died. All of my stuff, except for my helmet, water bucket, and a few building supplies that I had on me, it all went up in flames. I drew forth from my storage chest my spare swords, and I took them out after a couple more recorded deaths. I started recording by this time. You could probably watch that, I don't know. But the fire these monsters caused attracted more monsters, like the ones that fought me on recording when I was attacking that first dragon probably 9 or 10 months ago. Anyway, you can watch all of that. In the end, I killed everything. But something blew a hole in my wall next to the side entrance and also took out a big side wall of the old villager alchemist's tower. It was crazy. Fast forward 2 days and I had rebuilt my base and continued work on my latest section of base that I had been developing, the pillars on the outside of the walls. I just finished those last night, and have begun some slight redesigns of my villager outpost tower, which are in connection with the method that I have devised to connect the tower to the 3rd floor of the base, which was very annoying to me earlier. Though the supports from the tower to my 3rd floor's floor will probably have to be separate from the design that I'm about to reveal. My outpost villager tower will maintain its presence as a central aspect of my base and not just a mere corner by being decorated after the manner of the shrines in The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. That's right, folks. That's where the design comes from. Pretty epic. I've already decorated the entrance, complete with the light blue terracotta representation of the teleportation pad, using mossy cobblestone to represent the green fire, and a new material I discovered called crag rock cobblestone as the blue fire. These same materials will be used to create the spiraling swirls above that tower that are designed after the likeness of the swirls of light above Tears of the Kingdom shrines. These high-reaching swirls will make the tower stand out as a bold yet elegant way. Wait, what? I did not read that properly. These high-reaching swirls will make the tower stand out in a bold yet elegant way that I think fits in well with the rest of the base. Anyway, construction on the roof and floor plans are still commencing, and I'm thinking of using brick and glass for the floor of the 3rd story, but I'm still not quite sure. That did happen. Dimensions are being placed out in my Pocket Edition Creative World, so check that out to see some of my thought process. I'll probably upload a video of that, if I haven't already. Anyway, in the end, I must say that this is way better than school. I spent a lot of time working on this after I graduated from high school, and I can confirm many months later that school is way worse than playing RLCraft. Thank you guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. Catch you in the next video. Toodaloo.